You want to be fearless, then do the work. Once again, the difference between living in fear and being fearless is knowing that when the fear comes, it is a fear, and then letting it go and it doesn't control your life. Don't tell yourself whatever you're telling yourself right now about like, you know what? Yeah, I need to do it. I got to be fearless. And then those next thing you say, but fuck that, but get rid of it. You don't need it. We give ourselves and people so many excuses. I hate it. I hate excuses. I don't like small talk. I hate small talk. You know, I'm not going to talk about the fucking weather that long. Yep, it's cold outside. Yep, we need the rain. Yep. I don't like to talk about a bunch of mindless things. Either we have something to talk about or we don't, and it's just not there. And I really don't like to talk about the obvious things, okay? And I really don't like it when people constantly have fucking excuses. Excuses suck. Excuses are rude. Excuses are disrespectful. Start being honest with yourself, my friends. Hi everyone, Janna here. Welcome to my show, Revive with Janna. How are you doing today? How is life treating you? How is your year going? Do you sometimes wish you could not succumb to your fears and be more fearless? Today I'm going to talk to you about how to cultivate a fearless mindset, right? How do we become fearless? And is that possible? Well, we all have fears. That's just a very normal thing. I myself used to have way more fears than I have now, but fears don't ever really go away. So what does it mean to cultivate a fearless mindset? What it means is that you recognize that those are fears and not the truth. You recognize that those are fears or worries, but you don't know the outcome yet. You recognize those are fears because maybe it's just really a negative tape playing in your head from unhealed wounds, right? So that's how it was for me. And, you know, if you've read my book, Unfuck Your Mind, then you know the story and the journey. And, you know, I had this negative tape playing in my head for a long, long time. And that negative tape was what created my fears, right? It's like, I'm not even going to put myself out there. I'm not even going to try because I know what's going to happen. I know it's not going to work. I know someone will be better. I know I'll get turned down. I won't be chosen. You can name it all, right? And when you hear someone else saying it, if I'm sitting here and I said, you know, to each of you, I'm just not good enough. Someone else is doing this better. Someone else says it better. No one's going to listen to me. Why would anybody listen to me? What do I have to offer? Does that sound good? Does it sound nice? No, it doesn't. We don't want to hear other people say that about themselves. You know, if your loved one, your kid, your friend, your sister, your partner, whatever, if they called you up and they started to just bash themselves, you know, just like, you know what, I'm not going to apply for that job. I'm just not. Or, you know what, I'm going to stay right here because I know that if I go for it, it's just not going to work, right? And then I've lost this and da da da. You don't want to hear that. You're going to tell them the opposite. But yet we talk to ourselves that way. We do exactly what we don't want our loved ones to do, right? And if you're a parent, you don't want your kids to beat themselves up. Let me tell you something. As a mom of 3 kids and 2 of my kids being teenagers, I can tell you that our kids really do pay attention to us. And kids already think that when you tell them something that's really good and positive about them, you know, like, hey, you're the best soccer player on the team. You know, you're the best violinist. You're the smartest kid in school. They already kind of, you know, that feels good to them, especially when they're young, right? When they're young, they believe it, as they should. But as they get older, you know, starting about 8 years old, and then of course all the way up, they're just like, well, of course you're saying that. You're my mom. They don't believe you. They absolutely don't believe you. They like hearing it, but it's not the same as if someone else tells them that, because it's like, well, they have no reason to say that to me, right? So we want our kids to cultivate a fearless mindset. but they cannot if we do not. And, one of the best things I ever did was to shatter my limiting beliefs, heal my insecurities. When I did that, I realized that I had been listening to all those fears, that negative tape in my head, and they were fucking lies. They were based on all of those limiting beliefs. Because when I traced my limiting beliefs to how were these formed, I realized that created that negative tape. The negative tape that was filled that you're not good enough. No one loves you. You'll never be enough. You're not smart enough. And I lived with that for almost 40 years. And that's no way for anyone to live. You don't want someone you love to live that way. You don't want your kids to live that way. But you might be. Why do we give up on ourselves? Why do we fight so hard for other things in our life? Some things that don't fucking matter. Why do we fight for so much in our life and for so many other people, but we don't fight for ourselves? We don't fight for our own damn selves. Today, start fighting for your own self. Become fearless. Realize that negative tape playing in your head that you don't even realize is a negative tape. We listen to our own thoughts without even questioning them, like, oh, must be true, must be true. Most of it's not true when you have not healed. They are lies. We put ourselves in the safety box to keep us safe, and the safety box is created by the insecurities, the fears that are created by the limiting beliefs that create these invisible chains, my friends. And then the more people that we surround ourselves with, or we live with, or that are intricate parts of our lives, boom, they put a safety box on us too, because they don't want us to go outside those walls or above that ceiling, because that's going to threaten their insecurities. It's not like that for me anymore, but it was, and I didn't quite see it. And I know that some of you listening to this might not quite understand what I'm saying or think that that applies to you, but it does. Unless you've done the healing, unless you've done the work. If you've done the healing and you've done the work, then you're listening to me and you're like, yep, I know exactly what she's talking about. 100%. That's exactly right. Only a healed person that's gone through it, done the work, gets it. So if you don't get it, you got the work to do. You need to do the work, my friends. And you're never too old. I literally was almost 40 years old. I'm 43 now. And my life has changed drastically when I began to heal. It was just this multi-layered process, but that it just like, wow, I just saw the world and life, myself so much differently. And I wish I would have done it sooner, right? But that's not how it was. I needed that second catalyst, which was the infidelity and divorce of my last marriage. I needed that. I needed that to push me. I needed that to teach me. I chose to learn from it. And now I can teach you and others. I needed that. And we just think things are happening to us, adversities and hard times are happening to us because it's just woe is me. That's my luck. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I did nothing wrong. And you're telling me I have to learn from this? I didn't cause it. That person fucked me over. I did nothing wrong. I got sick. I have a disease. And you're telling me you're going to have enough nerve to tell me that I need to learn something? Yes, I am. Because I've been there. I've had the disease. I've been fucked over. There was no mistake in that in your life plan, my friend. The thing is that you have to choose if you're going to learn from it and grow and elevate yourself up, or if you're going to become the victim and stay there, stay stuck. Pain is what makes growth possible. You can't grow in life. You can't overcome. You can't uncover who you are and your life's purpose without it. I've been asked that a lot, when people interview me. Do you think that you have to go through something hard to find your purpose, to become you're meant to be? Absolutely, you do. 100%. You have to have adversity in your life, but it's not the adversity. The adversity is sent your way no matter what. How you get through it and if you overcome it is 100% via free will, your choice. Make no mistake about that. And what does all this have to do with cultivating a fearless mindset? Everything. If you want to become fearless, my friends, you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to overcome. You're going to have to shatter your limiting beliefs. You're going to have to get out of your own damn way. if you want to become fearless, because you cannot be fearless until you recognize that negative tape, the bullshit, the lies that you hear in your own head that are holding you back or keeping you safe, you think, those are fears. And until you're able to recognize that they're fears and then say, no, thank you. Thank you for reminding me of what I don't want. Then you cannot be fearless. Being fearless means you recognize when the fears come that it's a fear, and then you ask it to leave and you move on knowing that it's a fear. That's not what you want. The difference between living in fear and being fearless is believing your fears and allowing them to control your life. That is the fucking difference. That's the key. We're 10 and a half minutes here. I wish I had so much more to share with you. I don't have long podcast episodes. I really don't. Anywhere from 15 to 20-ish minutes is it, because I don't believe I need to say something that many times. Also, I know for me, I don't have a lot of patience for certain things. And when I'm listening to somebody, or I'm listening to a new song, or I'm giving something, a new show a chance on TV or anything, even on social media, scrolling through, they got to catch me fast. Social media, you got about 2 or 3 seconds. Movies have about 5 minutes. Comedy show, about 30 seconds to 1 minute. A song, about 10 seconds. And you might be like, holy crap. Nope, that's just how it is. And most of the time, I would say 99.5% of the time, I'm 100% right as far as my opinion on things. Not for the entire world, but something I know I would like. It's never like, oh, you know what? I really actually do like that. I just didn't give it a chance. That's rare. Something shouldn't take that long if it's good. If you're going to catch my attention, and I'm not an easy person to make laugh. I'm not. I love laughing. But if I laugh, it means something's really funny for me. So I don't think it should take that long for me to get my point through. I'm not going to have some build up and then at the very end tell you. Nope. If you want to be fearless, then you got to get rid of the negative tape in your head that's making you believe those fears that are actually lies. Those fears are lies, and people listen to them because you know why? People want to stay safe. Well, I know I won't get hurt this way. I know I won't, get heartbroken this way or get let down. You're letting your own self down by not giving yourself a chance. You want to be fearless, then do the work. Once again, the difference between living in fear and being fearless is knowing that when the fear comes, it is a fear, and then letting it go and it doesn't control your life. Don't tell yourself whatever you're telling yourself right now about, like, you know what? Yeah, I need to do it. I got to be fearless. And then those next thing you say, but, fuck that but. Get rid of it. You don't need it. We give ourselves and people so many excuses. I hate it. I hate excuses. I don't like small talk. I hate small talk. I'm not going to talk about the fucking weather that long. Yep, it's cold outside. Yep, we need the rain. Yep. I don't like to talk about a bunch of mindless things. Either we have something to talk about or we don't, and it's just not there. And I really don't like to talk about the obvious things. Okay? And I really, really don't like it when people constantly have fucking excuses. Excuses suck. Excuses are rude. Excuses are disrespectful. Start being honest with yourself, my friends. It begins with you. Be honest with people. If you hurt someone's feelings, tell them you're sorry, not, but, or if you wouldn't have, nope. People do that shit. Excuses are because people want to lessen the blow on themselves. People want to take less accountability. It makes them feel better for their own fuck up, their own laziness, their own bullshit. Stop giving excuses. Be honest with yourself. You know that it's a fear. You know it's a lie, and you know why. Just do the work. Do the work. We got one life to live. You don't know how short it is. Nobody else can do it but you. So ask yourself, are you ready to be fearless? All right. I love you all. Thank you for listening.